128 or 256 gigs of RAM. By the time you've got 3 4K or even 5K monitors.
Yep.
By the time you've got the case and the power supply and the graphics cards and everything else. And especially if you're paying somebody to use the computer,
Yeah.
what difference does the $1,400? I mean, obviously you don't want to waste money. Here's a perfect example. We have a Threadripper.
We do.
We did the build here on the channel.
We did.
We have a video editor upstairs as we're recording this right now who is editing videos. 128 gigs of RAM, multiple terabytes of NVMe. It is the 24-core chip because I got it a while ago before the Zen 3s came out. He could absolutely do his job on a Ryzen 9 just fine. But we pay him to edit videos.
Correct.
If he gains even 5 or 10% efficiency, multiple open programs, After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere,
Rendering.
Media Encoder, web browsers to pull stuff up. He has 3 4K monitors on his desk.
He does.
The extra cost to put Threadripper there, if he gets more work done,
Makes sense.
it pays for itself.
It does.
And it's just nicer to get stuff done. You don't have to. There's nothing worse than being short of memory, short of compute, short of storage, short of everything. You're sitting there being creative. You're trying to get something done. You've got work to do.
Wait for your computer.
Hey, dude. Mark
I
that
don't wanna
buy
wait for my
station, too,
computer.
So it don't
Your
disappear.
computer works for you. You
So we
don't work
both
for
work
it.
there.
Did everybody hear that?
No, this
So
one. Yeah.
there's a wide gap between I want a workstation to dabble and play with this stuff, and I'm making money with this
it.
stuff. The I'm making money crowd would be,
The Threadripper crowd.
yeah, why is this a conversation? Threadripper is incredible. It's the amount of compute and lanes and expansion options for the money is mind-blowing. It's amazing. Interestingly enough, there's a step above Threadripper that some people actually might consider. We're not going to get into detail here, but if you hear 32 cores and go, is that going to be enough? We could use more. They do have a 64-core Threadripper for $4,000,
Yep.
but then there's Epic, and you know what you get with Epic over Threadripper? 128 PCI Express lanes
You do.
and terabyte RAM support.
Terabyte.
And you get a few other things as well, including multiple socket system support.
How much is a motherboard for that?
Well, you'd buy those systems, you wouldn't build them. You can build them. And those can get expensive pretty quickly.
That'd be like, what, 10, 15, 20 grand?
Yeah, you can put together a $10,000 to $20,000 Epic system without trying very hard. However, picture you have a workload that involves making money.
Correct.
You're paying some guy $100,000 because he is an expert and he's running it and managing
Yep.
whatever it is that you're doing.
Yep.
You can maybe for 20-ish thousand, maybe 20, well, like say for $25,000, you could put together a server with 128 cores and 256 threads and 1.5 terabytes of RAM and a combined total of 256 PCI Express lanes. If that makes you more money,
Then it makes sense.
that's way outside the scope of the question.
Everyone, I'm just sitting here with 4 cores.
But companies don't buy that hardware for kicks. They buy it because buying it means they get to make more money. It's a profit-driven incentive. And I'm mostly using it as an example to anybody wondering, do I buy Threadripper or do I buy Ryzen 9? To which the question is, will you make more money with this if you change your thought process from how much this costs you to how much this makes you? Potentially, you buy as much computer as you can possibly afford because it just means you make more money. But that's not true for everybody, and there's a diminishing returns point. It's one of the reasons we have the 24-core Threadripper is because Adobe Premiere doesn't scale to 32. It really doesn't. And it just,
Gas is inbound. Marking you
there
safe
wouldn't have been a
zone.
lot of benefit for our use case. We'll upgrade to the next thing before the 24 cores is enough. So it made sense for us. Hopefully this helps somebody. Fuck.
Only 5
Great
left.
for esports gaming, somebody said.
Okay. Let's see.
I love how people are already asking us, do we think the 3060 is worth it for $329?
Yeah.
You mean the card that we have no benchmarks, no numbers, no information, it isn't launching for a month and probably won't be available anyway, that card? Sure, I guess. Maybe.
Alright, here we go. The Mr. Cato, thank you, is going from a Vega 56 to an RX 5600 XT, considered a side grade. Currently playing Cyberpunk on high, pretty consistent 70 frames a second. Will I see an improvement?
It's been a while since I've played with the
You're right,
Vega 56.
right in front of you.
It was hot and loud last
Yeah.
time we did that.
Yeah, the Vegas are kind of... I never did like them. Yeah, that's a side grade.
It won't blow your skirt up.
It really won't. And you'll lose VRAM because the 5600X only has
Exactly.
6 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah, you need that VRAM.
Don't bother.
JL, thank you for the support. If 6 cores is it, consoles might be better right now.
The new consoles are an amazing... Look, you cannot compare consoles to PCs in value. The consoles win that argument every time.
We've actually got several bytes